Cleveland is home to the Cavaliers, Indians, Browns, and some great bowling. Today it's the 2017 USA Bowling Under-12 Team Championships. 8 of the nation's top junior bowlers are set to compete for a team title. Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Bowling on CBS Sports Network. Great to have with us Dave Ryan alongside Marshall Holman, 22-time titleist and Hall of Famer. Marshall, hard to imagine these are young kids going for a title today, up to 12 years old.
It's unbelievable, Dave. I started bowling when I was 12 years old. I can't even imagine even bowling in some type of a statewide thing, let alone being on national television trying to hold up your friends.
Team bowling format, 4 players each. How do you like that style?
It's interesting. You know, I'm used to seeing bigger format with 5 bowlers. With 4 bowlers, what happens is your number 1 bowler, he's going to bowl the 9th frame. Your number 2 bowler is going to bowl your 10th frame. Those are your 2 studs. You want to put them there to really carry your team. So it brings up a very interesting dynamic. I know that bowling just in doubles, you don't want to let your partner down. So here, you've got 3 partners you don't want to let down. 8
bowlers bidding for a national championship on CBS Sports Network. We can't wait. Team bowling comes your way from suburban Cleveland right after this. West and the lineup. They come to us from just outside San Jose, California. And the Atlantic East lineup from Georgia: Griffith, Ballinger, Armendariz, and Stewart. 4-player Baker format. This is best 3 out of 5 games from here in suburban Cleveland. These youngsters got to be excited, going for a national championship here today on CBS Sports Network. Nihal Maridu, 6th grader from Union City, California, gets us started. And the righty. We're underway. A high shot and a split to deal with here for Nihal. 310.
Looked to be a little nervous shot, threw the ball left of his target and leaves the 310. Probably go with the spare ball. Fit it in between the 3 and the 10.
Nicely done. Takes care of business, Marshall.
Yeah, that's a great opening shot. That puts life into his team. We'll take another look at this. Just textbook. Uses that the hard covered ball that doesn't hook much.
Brian Griffith, lefty, power player, some ball speed, and all 10 down.
Yeah, gets inside to the right, throws the ball from his left to the right, and brings it back into the pocket.
Here's Harley Sheen from San Jose. Mom, Christine Sheen, one of the coaches for this Pacific Southwest team, along with Michael Asuncion.
This is their best player. They put him in the 2nd position. He'll be bowling the anchor as well.
Great looking shot, and all 10 down. Jacob Ballinger. Palmetto, Georgia. 12 years old. 2-hander. Good ball speed, pretty good result.
Good shot.
Stands.
6 pin goes around the bottom of the 10 pin. The ringing 10. We've seen it way too many times. Once again, we'll take a look at this shot. Good shot. Starts the ball around the 12 board, goes out around 7 or 8. The 6 pin does not take out the 10 pin. He changes balls to a harder surface and makes a great conversion.
Nicely done.
Remember, these are 12 and under. I mean, sometimes you have to remind yourself, throw the ball pretty darn nice.
Here's Joe Irvin from Modesto, California. He'll be a 7th grader this school year coming up. Bit of a light hit and a pretty tough conversion coming up here. 2-4-10.
Looked like the ball fell off his hand early. It's going to be a tough shot. Needs to get the ball over to the left-hand side of the 2 pin. Slide it into the 10. The ball will take out the 4. See if he gets his projectile on lane a little better. No, that's just his form. He gets the ball down early. I'll tell you, there's lots of ways to get it done in bowling.
James is next from Beaufort, Georgia.
James, just an 11-year-old. That's got to hurry up. It's gonna leave the 1, 2, and the 8.
Big basketball fan. I love to follow Tony Romo's career when he's playing, but now he's a broadcaster on CBS.
Yeah. And I'm sure he'll do a great job.
Making the move to the booth. He will be
Yep.
great. Can't wait to watch him this fall.
I'd rather have a tired voice than a broken body.
Any day.
He has been injured many times. Hang on. There
Really
you
nice
go.
cover. Got all 3 down. Well done.
Looked like this ball's going to hook a little more. It goes very straight. Just does get that last sleeper 8-pin. They stay clean.
Diego Jara from Morgan Hill, California is next. He'll be a 7th grader. Crossing over, and the 6 stands. BPAA oil pattern here. Marshall, what do you think?
All right, this oil pattern is actually conducive to some pretty decent scoring. It's more of like a house condition. There's a lot of oil. You can see goes down 42 feet, and then the heavy concentration of oil in the middle, drier on both the outsides. Hang on.
Just whiffed.
Yeah, well,
by an inch there. Good effort.
That's disappointing, missing the 6-pin. That's a relatively easy spare, but remember, Marshall, these are 12 and under.
From Bethlehem, Georgia, it's Riley Stewart.
Our first look at Riley. That ball went down early and bounced at the foul line. But they've got her in the number 4 position. Watch this double dribble by Riley. Yeah, that cannot be what she wanted. And she leaves the 1-2-8. We'll see if she gets out of this a little cleaner.
All things considered, that's really not a bad result. From
no, not at all.
Release
no,
there.
Left herself a very makeable spare.
See if she can cover. Oh, that same thing happened. And she does cover. Well done. Nehal, top of the lineup. 6th grader.
Beautiful shot.
Coaches tell us he is the quiet member of that team. Now here's Bryant. Big shot to begin this best out of 5 match.
He struck in his first attempt. Will that get back?
Almost 10-pin.
This ball tries to make it back. It just barely touches the head pin, shakes him around, but the 10-pin, not to be. With a conversion, the Atlantic East team will maintain a 16-pin advantage. Hurry up.
Cross lane. Just missed that 10-pin. Good try there from Bryant. Team championship. U12 USA Bowling is underway from just outside Cleveland, Ohio. USA Bowling U12 Team Championship, best out of 5, is underway here from just outside Cleveland, Ohio. Pacific Southwest from San Jose, California. Atlantic East team from just outside Atlanta, Georgia. Going head-to-head for a team title. Some fantastic young bowlers. Dave Ryan alongside Marshall Holman, Hall of Famer.
Strike here, he can take the lead by 5. They're 5 down right now.
Harley Sheen, the number 2 bowler and anchor bowler in the 4-person Baker format.
Well, he makes a
shot,
great
7-pin.
Great shot. 5-pin goes in front of the 7-pin. Generally, with this powerful equipment, those shots will strike, but Not quite. We'll take another look. Great shot from Sheen. Down around the 11 board. Good trajectory. Hits the pocket nicely, but only 9. Don't need power for spares, just need accuracy. He's got it. Our two-hander.
Two-hander. Good looking shot. Late trip of the 4-pin, all 10 down. A future for the sport, road to the finals. Marshall, we'll see how these teams got this far.
See the Pacific Southwest 2-1 over Heartland, and Atlantic East was 2-0 over Northeast. So,
and now we're in the best of 5. Baker format team championship. Back to Joe. Coaches call him the friendliest member of the team. Most outgoing.
He's concentrating now. Throws the ball early. That ball got back but leaves the bucket. The 2-4-5-8. Kind of learning these players as we go. We haven't seen them before today. He does that. That's his game, is to get the ball down rolling early. Just a little too far to the right and leaves the very, very difficult 2-4-5 and 8-pin. The reason it's tough, Dave, is because there's just so many ways to miss it.
Cover the bucket, yes, nicely done by Joe.
Very nice.
Not an easy spare, converts. The Bowling.com Youth Open will take place in Dallas, Texas in 2018 alongside the Junior Gold Championships. This national tournament provides over $100,000 in scholarships and is a great chance to have fun and make friends. Check out bowl.com/Youth Open to get the details. Here's James.
Oh, solid 10.
James, the youngest member of this team from Georgia, going so well. A little more about the team championships. 16 regional event winners advancing to the national championships. The Baker system is in effect. The championship match is 3 out of 5. As we saw in the bracket a moment ago, 2 out of 3 to get to the title match here today.
That was a well-bowled frame, solid 10, converts it nicely. Keeps his team up by 9 pins. Remember, best 3 out of 5. So, boy, you want to win that first game. Build some momentum. Both teams looking to sweep the others.
Here's Diego.
Smooth.
Nice release, nice follow through, and a nice result for Diego Jara.
Yeah, best shot we've seen. Very smooth and just powers it right into the 1-3 pocket. He knows it. Doesn't get too emotional.
Here's Riley.
Ball hanging out, leaving the 1, the 2, and the 7.
So Riley does bounce the ball up there.
That appears to be her form.
And if you were coaching her, how would you tell her to correct that?
Well, I'd like to see her get her arm swing a little tighter to her body. She's got it out a little bit far away. You lose leverage doing that, and I think just getting up the back of the ball instead of being on the side of it would help her out as well. Hang on. Well done. She makes the spare.
If it works, why change it?
We take a look from pin angle, perfectly converted.
Nihal Maridu.
Is that going to hold pocket?
Yes, it is. Pretty good looking shot at the 10 pin.
Another solid 10. We've seen a lot of those. That would have given them the lead. They're down by 6 pins. 9th frame, that would have really set things up for them. You'll watch the 6 pin. Second from the right. just rings around the bottom of the 10.
Big shot.
And a nice conversion. It's a lot easier sitting in the broadcast booth calling solid 10s than it was actually bowling years ago leaving them.
We're glad you're here.
I was easily frustrated, for those of you who don't already know that.
Most of your fans might remember, I'd say.
Yeah.
Back to Bryant. Here's our lefty.
Hurry
Looking
up.
for that 1-2 pocket. He's got it.
Whoa.
Big strike for Bryant Griffith.
Boy, I thought that ball was going to be light. It dove in there hard and knocked the 6-8 out. Almost left the split. Watch this ball as it goes way to the left. Here it comes. And there's your 6-8. And not anymore. Yeah. Good camera work, guys. And he's excited about it. Just doesn't quite drive through the pocket. Good direction on that ball, but didn't have the power necessary to get the 5. Ball actually deflects off the head pin, just misses the 5 pin, the 7 pin stands. How do you make this? Well, you do just about what you did right there. You want to throw the ball a little bit light in the pocket, drive that 5 right into the 7 pin.
Harley, tough one. Converts!
That's the way you do it, Dave.
What a spare for Harley Sheen.
There's a reason why that man's the anchor. Right there. Great shot. Take another look. This is absolutely just what you want to do. Drives the 5 pin right into the 7. The nice thing about that split is you're basically showing you're throwing your strike shot again. So it's comfortable from that standpoint. But to be 12 years old and make it on TV, the odds are against you. And they do maintain an 8-pin lead, although the Atlantic East has the opportunity to strike in the 10th frame and win this game. Excuse me, I misspoke. He needed that to have any chance to win. They're down by 10 pins. The Atlantic East does not need a strike. They just need any kind of a mark.
In the 10th to take this first game in the best out of 5 championship. Jacob needs a spare at 1. That's it to shut out.
The 1's the easy part. Two-hander.
Southwest two-hander. How about the 10 pin? So,
well, he's got the 10 pins going to stand. He's gonna switch balls. You would think for a two-hander, especially a young two-hander that doesn't throw a lot of ball speed, this could be a little bit of trouble. But I think he made one of these earlier in the game. Hard and straight.
Gotta
hang
have this
on.
10 pin. Oh, it's in the channel.
Oh, that's so tough. His whole team watching him, needing that to win the game. Very difficult.
So the Pacific Southwest takes the game 169-167. But it's only the first game, best out of 5 from here in Wickliffe, Ohio. Underway on CBS Sports Network. Candy, chocolate and fruity. And hello to Christoph Schmashman, President and CEO of Chocolate Fried North America. Great to see Christoph here.
I want to try some of that.
We didn't get any yet.
I'm
Sure they're coming to the booth soon.
Hey, listen, I'm just saying, we need a little.
Game 2 is underway.
The 3, 2 and the 4 will be left.
Bryant Griffith, leadoff bowler. There's a lineup change. It'll be Bryant, Jacob, Riley, James in this second game. You like that change from the Atlanta team?
I do like the change, and you know that last game, what a change of momentum. A 5-7 split picked up, and then a 10-pin missed. Good cover, makes the 2 and the 4. Nice looking young player.
Nihal Maridu starts game 2 for the California Kids. 10 pin.
And you know, you'll see a lot more 10 pins left by the youngsters than you will the older players, and it's really an energy thing. Watch as this ball comes down the lane. It's not going very fast, spinning a little bit, just doesn't have the energy to knock the 6 into the 10 pin. Changes to a ball that won't hook. It makes a nice cover.
Big fan of Sean Rash and Jason Belmonte.
Couple greats.
Absolutely.
When I was 12 years old, I was throwing a backup ball and averaged 99. So these guys are light years above where I was at that age.
Jacob's a Belmo fan as well. He's our two-hander.
Well, I bet he wishes he had that in the 10th frame the last game. He made a great shot there, got the strike, made a great shot in the 10th frame, left the ring in 10, wasn't able to convert. Watch this ball as it goes way out to the right, makes a big, strong charge. The only thing that could have stood there was a 9 pin because the ball actually hooked past it, but it's 10 in the pit.
Tough moment for Jacob there in that last game. What would you advise him? How do you maintain your composure after that?
Well, you got to forget about it. I mean, and it certainly looks like after watching him throw that shot that he did.
Here's Harley Sheen.
That's left off his hand, right
shot,
through the nose.
Big 4.
He leaves the big 4. He's the gentleman that made the 5-7 in the 10th frame that really gave them that win in the opening game. He says his favorite bowler is Norm Duke, and I can kind of see why. He throws the ball a little bit similar to Norm.
Right at that 1-3 pocket.
And right now his job is just getting 2 of them. Don't maximize your problems by, that's the proper thing to do. Almost impossible to make that. It's very early in the game. Keep the count in order.
Walter Ray Williams Jr., last man to make that on TV, the Big 4. Yeah. Norcross, Georgia, 2005. It's been a long time since it's been converted on the PBA Tour. Here's Riley. Just missed that pocket. Leaves a 2-pin.
Fortunate. 2-pin only. Should be a automatic spare conversion. The 2-pin's a very easy pin to make. I don't believe in the commentator curse, so if she doesn't make this, it's not my fault. But I'm willing to say that I sure think she will. Atta girl.
Nice job for Riley. Younger sister of Dawson, who was on the U15 title team last year for the Atlanta Bowlers. Trying to win another title this year. The Johnson coaching combo, but this time U12. Well,
he's really staring them down.
Joe Irvin. Little bounce there in that one and does not get to the pocket.
1-2-4
up.
Yeah, he gets the ball down very, very early. Ball bounces a little bit. When it bounces, it loses its initial energy. Makes it go even further down the lane before starting to break back. I wish I had that tape on his thumb to protect his thumb from getting hurt. I wish they'd had that back in my day. Will he? Absolutely.
Really
Great
nice
shot.
cover. I'm sure you faced quite a few physical challenges back in the day.
Well, for me, there was more mental challenges, really, but that's another story. Yeah, I had my share of it. I squeezed the ball so much that I would continuously hurt my thumb. So that was my main thing, but those were great days. He leaves the 4 and the 5. Similar to the shot we saw in the 10th frame with the 5-7, the ball hit in the pocket, but the ball doesn't have enough drive. You see the ball going to the right of the 5-pin, and just doesn't drive out hard enough. Leaves the 4 and the 5. You need to fit the ball between the 2 pins. Very makeable.
What a big challenge. Let's see what he can do.
Little too far left, just gets the 1.
Bill and Ellen Johnson are the coaches. Husband-wife duo, just love bowling.
Yeah, so Bill said he's retired now, so he really can concentrate so much of his time on the bowling teams, and They love being involved with youths.
Bill worked in the federal government in security. And Ellen does that now. She's closer to retirement, and she's going to focus on bowling full-time when she's done. Looking, 4-pin.
Nice looking shot
For Diego.
Diego's ball hooked just a little bit high into the pocket, but I like the way he gets the ball down the lane, and good energy towards the back end. What you're trying to do is you want to store energy for the back end of the lane, because that's where you need it. He gets the ball smoothly out of the lane. It just snaps a little bit hard in the back, leaving just the 4-pin, but good looking delivery. Come on, you got it. No problem with the 4-pin conversion. Close game with Atlantic East leading by 4 pins here after 4 frames.
Our super southpaw, Bryant steps up. Crunches them all down to the pit. Nothing but shrapnel.
Great shot.
Remaining off that shot from Brian Griffith.
You remember in the first frame, he left the 2-4, came in high. This shot projected well down the lane. Break point perfect. 10 in the pit. He knows it. You better not stand up, he says.
Nihal Marito steps up. Looking for some good ball speed there as the 2-8 to deal with. Double wood.
Fortunate the 10-pin falls out, leaves a makeable spare, although it's a tough one. Got to get the ball to the right of that 2-pin and then drive the ball into the 8. Needs to make this to keep his team within 1 mark, only 6 pins down. Will that get there? Oh, just beautifully done.
Nice cover, Nihal Marito. And a good second game. Kids from California won the first game. It's best of 5 championship from suburban Cleveland.
Atlantic East looking to square it at 1 apiece. They're 6 pins ahead right now. When you watch them take the towel and spin the ball like that, what they're doing is they're getting the oil off the ball. They don't want oil on the ball when they're throwing it. When the ball rolls down the lanes, it picks up lane oil and distributes it down the lane. That was stuck. He's stuck in the line, but that ball held pocket and struck. I think there were a couple things that went wrong that made that right. First, we'll watch his profile. He sticks the line, which makes him pull the ball, but by sticking, he lost leverage, so his ball was left off his hand with less leverage, and in this sport, sometimes 2 wrongs do make a right.
Job by Jacob. Back to Harley. Anchor bowler. Pacific Southwest steps up. 10-pin.
Left the soft 10. That's the one where the 6-pin just sits in the channel, does not come back out to knock it down. Not a big power player, but he also goes with the spare ball, which I think is important for whether you throw a big hook or not. I still think in today's game, your spare ball has got to be just extraordinarily important. He made the 5-7. Can he just make the little old 10-pin? Not a problem.
Here's Riley.
Trying to make it 3 in a row for the Atlantic East. Smoother.
Coming in.
Beautiful.
Right in that 1-3 pocket.
That was her laydown was much smoother on that shot. It paid dividends.
27-pin lead now.
And a smile from Riley as well.
With the turkey. Strikes.
We'll watch this profile view. Watch the laydown. It was smoother. Didn't bounce quite as much. Got the ball on line. And a smile for a strike.
That is just her style. And she's done so well to get her team this far. It's not going to change now, that's for sure.
That'll get back.
Joe shot.
But it's going to be another one of those soft
10-pin.
pins. And once again, I get back to the fact that these are young kids who don't have the power and the ball speed to really make that ball hit hard in the back end. But I'll tell you what, they're affording themselves wonderfully under very, very difficult conditions. Favorite subject in school? Math. That's another thing I don't have in common with them.
I don't either. Hanging on there. Good job of the 10 pin.
Very nice.
Math was not my strong suit, to say the least.
Bowling math was my strong suit, but that wasn't a subject.
Hey, I got through Syracuse without any math class. I made sure of that.
Good for you.
Reduced emphasis on science classes as well. More on the broadcasting side. We all know our strengths.
Yes, sir.
Play to your strengths.
Absolutely. Solid 4. But a good shot right now with his team 27 pins in the lead. Just filling frames should be enough.
Trying to even this up. 1 game apiece, best out of 5. Team championship.
All direction. It's all you need for spares.
James has his spare. Good job.
At this point, I don't even think they're aware they're bowling on TV. They're just into their games.
These
They're
guys
just
are
throwing shots.
Cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
They are.
Back to Diego Jara, competes in the YBT events out in California.
What a beautiful shot.
Michael Asuncion is here, head coach for the Pacific Southwest team. And Christine Sheen, Harley's mom, also a coach.
Want to see perfection? That's it. He could not have thrown the ball better.
Ninth frame. Working on a spare. Bryant steps up, lefty with some power. Ball 10 down.
Lots of power. That ball was the furthest one to the left that he's thrown, but he had good leverage and good ball speed. Was able to get the ball back to pocket. Watch how far this goes to the left-hand side. That's all the way out to about the 3 or 4 board right there, but it just charges back. High flush.
Ten pin for Nihal.
That's a tough break. He needed that to really give his team a chance to get back into this game. The Atlantic East, at the worst, even with an open frame, they'll be in the 190s. And the Pacific Southwest right now with a spare in the 9th frame, I believe 189 will be their maximum. Hang on, hang on. Oh,
Just got the side of that 10 pin. I mean, it was.
I didn't think that ball had a chance. I thought it was going to
Barely
hook by
made
it.
it.
No problem.
Nice job for Nihal.
Watch how close this is. Just, there was that, I don't know if the ball hit it or if the wind blew it over. What do you think?
It was close. Jacob avoids trouble, has a 10 pin. We've seen this before.
Yeah, but in this case, the pressure's off. He wants to make this 10 pin for his own peace of mind, but this particular game has been taken care of.
And I'd imagine it's got to feel pretty good for Jacob this time to convert that 10 pin.
Yeah, and I'll bet he'd tell you he'd make 19 out of 20 of them.
Mm-hmm. Atlantic East has tied it up. Best out of 5. They've wrapped this game up. Team championship. That's a feel-good strike as well for Jacob Ballinger. And the kids from Atlanta will win game 2 and even the best of 5. Team championship matchup in 1 game each. Set for game 3, best out of 5 USA Bowling U12 Team Championship from Wickliffe, Ohio, just outside Cleveland. Dave Ryan alongside Marshall Holman, 22-time PBA Tour titleist, Hall of Famer. Excited to watch our 3rd game here. 1 game each. How will the youngsters respond? Nihal leads us off. 10 pin.
quality shot. Changes the spare ball. Pick this up, get your team started out from the right foot. We've seen it made most of the time. We've seen it barely made. That's perfectly made.
Kids from Cali won the first game 169-167. And a 205-174 score for the youngsters from Atlanta in game number 2. So here we are in the third game. No lineup changes. Third game for each side.
This man's been strong. Bryant Griffith. Favorite bowler, Gary Faulkner Jr. And a left-hander as well.
Nice looking follow through. And a great result for the lefty.
Taking another look at him. Look at it, opens up his shoulder and really rips through at the bottom of the swing. A lot of power. And he'll show you how he feels about it. I like that. We have the smooth, not a big hook, but very smooth.
7-pin there for Harley Sheen.
Ball got to the 5-pin, didn't quite have enough energy to get to the 10. We'll take a look and see what interfered with that 5-pin. Yeah, not totally sure, but it's a good shot. Leaves the 7-pin. Definitely a very good, accurate young player. Good cover.
Youngsters from Fremont, California, outside San Jose. A Clover Leaf Bowling Center there. Jacob from Palmetto, Georgia. All 10 down.
Now that two-handed release, it gives him so much higher rev rate than the other players. Although Bryant got a pretty high rev rate himself. Take a look at that nice two-handed release. Very Belmonte-esque. And this is very Belmonte-esque. Touch the head pin, scatter them all over the place. Makes for a wider pocket with that power.
Big advantage. Here's Joe. 10-pin.
Seen a lot of that.
Joe's also a big Belmo fan. And he loves racing as well.
It looks like his
NASCAR fan.
Looks like his bowling ball is a NASCAR
there you go.
Bowling ball.
Right on cue.
Coming out of
10-pin, he's got it. Good job.
Coming out of turn 3, it's a spare.
The 21st Annual Junior Gold Championships will take place in Dallas, Texas in 2018. This elite event features the top youth bowlers in the country competing for more than $300,000 in scholarships in 6 age-based divisions and a chance to bowl on Junior Team USA. Visit bowl.com/juniorgold for more information.
There's
Riley. Trying to find that pocket, 1-2 stands.
She doesn't look like anything really shakes her, you know. She's a very, very calm and confident young lady. Hang on there, Riley. There you go.
Here's Diego.
Atlantic East with an early 10-pin lead. His favorite bowler, Big Wes Malott.
Saw Wes here at
Yeah,
the
his
event last night.
Yes, indeed. His son's bowling. Boy, what a wonderful shot. Slaps the hands together. Said, I did my job, guys. Hang on. 3, 6, 7, 10. Baby split with company. They've got a 6-pin lead. If they want to keep it, he has to make this split.
James has his hands full with this one.
It's a tough one.
3, 6, 7, 10.
If just pretend you're shooting that 310, slide that 3-pin over. It's got a chance.
How about it? Almost. Boy, kicked across the deck and just missed that 7-pin for an open frame. Really good effort.
Yeah, made a good try. Just starts hooking right now. Needed to slide a little more. Got too much of the 3-pin. And it's just 9 out. Boy, it's got to be tough for the coaches. They've done all their work. Now it's up to the guys and the girls bowling. How many of those 10 pins have we seen today? Ball's coming back. He just comes back smiling and goes, gosh, I threw that ball so good. I can't get the 10 pin over, coach. I don't know what to do.
Hall Maridu.
Make your spare, young man.
Wants to be a PBA bowler or an NBA basketball player one day.
Great shot.
Really nice shot for Hall. Bryant, left-handed power player.
Big ball, Bryant. Yeah.
I like it. Look at the ball speed, and all 10 down again. The Pins have no chance. Halfway home in game 3. The best of 5 is all tied, 1 apiece, and Bryant Griffith with some power. Shreds the rack. Big strike.
What's up, guys? Where do you...
USA Bowling National Championships. Harley Sheen.
Left the 7-pin last time. A little more direct. And there's a kick in the 10-pin. Haven't seen too many of those. Keeps his team 5 pins ahead. Watch the 6-pin right, second from your right. It goes into the sideboard and bangs that 10-pin out. Much to the delight of his coach, who was on one knee watching. There's our two-handers, got to stop.
Tough split for Jacob.
3, 4, 6, 7. We'll watch this ball go right through the heart of the pins. The 3, 4, 6, 7. It can be made. It's like the baby split, only a little tougher. It needs to get just touch that 3-pin and slide it. Too much of it.
4-7 stands. That's a big open frame at this point of game number 3.
Yeah. Really giving the Southwest a nice little cushion, but 19 pins, still a lot of frames left.
Yet another Belmo fan.
Jason's getting a lot of love from these
sure
kids.
Is.
Shocker.
And a hurry.
Nice to see the 5-pin fall out of the 2-5. The 2-pin, relatively easy spare. 2-5, not so much. We'll watch this pin action. Fortunate the 5 falls out right at the end. Good cover. These kids are all going to go home after this. They're going to go, who was that guy, Marshall Holman? I'll Google him.
Got to Google him.
And then they'll go, wow.
Then they go to watch you on YouTube. And then they realize how great you were.
He was quite the whack job.
Here's Riley. Coming in high, looking for a Brooklyn strike, and a 6-10 stand.
Not bad. Not bad. It's makeable, but right now the Atlantic East, they need strikes. Ball left off her hand. Tried to shake him down from the Brooklyn side, but wasn't quite able to do it. Hold it. No. Yep. That's why I'm the expert commentator, because I can tell immediately.
You just knew.
I thought for sure that was
Kind of
left.
had a side roll to it a little bit and stayed flat and didn't really react at the end of the pattern.
For any chance, it really needed that. Watch how she just touches the 6-pin, goes in the sideboard, and it gets the 10-pin. It was like, shat it all the way, Marshall. Come on.
Big shot from Riley. Diego steps up.
That was left a little bit. Leaves the 3-6. They're still in good shape. Fill the frame. Keep that double-digit lead. Uh-oh. And that one makes it as well. Left off his hand. You know, I'm looking for the ball to go in between the 3 and the 6. And I should be more like these kids.
You got to stop making these predictions, Mark.
Got to just make it any way you can. I know. I know. I'm watching off their hand, and it's like, I don't know. It doesn't look good.
It's working out just fine for them.
I'm going to try and do something that's very difficult for me. I'm just going to try and keep quiet.
Here's James. Big shot. And 2-pin stand for him.
The 2 and the 5. With a spare in the 8th frame, 197 would be the best they can shoot. Right now, Pacific Southwest going at a 196 pace. But 19 pins is big with a few frames. That one, I didn't say anything, but that just left right off his hand. That's too bad. That's going to make the second game a lot easier to win for our Southwest team.
So Nihal steps up and does get it to come back into the 1-3 pocket. He'll take it.
Because he's telling his team, I finally got that 10-pin down. This ball comes in light, but it's got enough power on it to scatter the pins. Says it's about time. Got a good smile.
Bryant steps up. All 10 down.
He's been a force for the Atlantic East team, but he can't do it all by himself. If the Pacific Southwest team marks in the 10th frame, they will win. If they open, Atlantic East can strike out and steal it from them.
Harley Sheen steps up, trying to get that mark. Looking to wrap up the third game. He'll do just that, a big strike. Harley Sheen takes care of business. And Pacific Southwest from Fremont, California, inside San Jose, is wrapped up game number 3 to take a 2-games-to-1 lead in the best out of 5 championship match. USA Bowling U12 team title tilt resumes right after this.
David, there has not been a team on the right-hand lane that's won the game. Every game's been won by the team that's bowled in the left-hand lane. So that tells me that maybe that lane's playing a little nicer. Although this young man, he's been having his way pretty much on every lane.
He's been incredible.
He left the 7-pin there, put another ball in the pocket. He's made as many quality shots or more than any of our other players.
Coaches Bill and Ellen Johnson telling us yesterday that he's been incredibly consistent, very mature. And I love his emotional approach to the game, and all that has certainly come to fruition today on TV, Marshall.
And a beautiful shot at the 7-pin. I mean, just moves way to the right, throws it dead straight.
Here's Nihal Maridu. Union City, California, steps up.
Beautiful shot.
Number 7, down it goes.
We'll take another look at this shot. Ball hooks back into the pocket. Ball drives the 5 into the 7. And they're all gone. Beautiful shot. Our two-hander taking care of business on that left lane.
Jacob steps up, Slams all 10 pins back into the pit. Nice shot. Harley Sheen is next. Kids from California win this game. They take home the championship.
Atlantic East trying to get back into it. You could see with his body language, he was trying to get that ball to go left, but it just slid. Didn't get back into the pocket, leaves the 2-4-5. If he picks it up, they don't lose any count because they were on a strike. Game will remain even. Like science. That's a good subject to like. There's a lot of fields that are in the sciences.
Absolutely.
Hurry, hurry. And it does just get there. I told you I was going to try and be quiet when the ball was rolling down the lane. I can't do it, Dave.
I know it's just not you.
I try.
We understand.
6 pin. She'll take that. Look how far to the left that ball hit. There were 3 pins, there were 2 pins, and then there was just the 6 pin. As a right-handed bowler, if I had to pick any pin as the easiest one to make, it'd be the 6 pin.
Huh. By that much, just missed it.
Boy,
good effort.
That's unfortunate.
Here's Joe from Modesto, California. 7 pin.
Just leaves the 7. Ball hooked back into the pocket nicely. Didn't quite get it done. We'll take another look. The ball's going to hit nicely light in the pocket. The ball does drive at the 5 pin, but not quite enough power to get the 7. Good cover. You know, a lot of people think that the way to make a ball drive into the pocket is by spinning it, but it's much more about having forward roll on the ball with a little bit of side tilt. That's what makes the ball bounce back into the pocket, like our left-handed Bryant and the two-hander that really rockets it back in the pocket. That's a little left off the hand as well.
That's from James. Jacobs, our two-hander.
Yep. James is going to have a tough time with this spare. It's a little bit of a mess as we see the Atlantic East Regional road to the finals. They defeated the Upper Midwest to the Lower Great Lakes, the Northeast, and then defeated the Northeast again for the 2-0 road to the finals.
Those were best out of 3. This is a best out of 5 championship match. Tough cover. Boy, somehow misses the 10. Really good try.
He threw the ball where he needed to, but it just very difficult spare. We'll watch the 3 pin. It just goes around the 10 pin. And the Southwest, with needing just one more game to take this title, looking strong. We see their road to the finals. New England, Midwest, Heartland. They had to beat them twice. That was way right off his hand. He'll take the 1-2 in the 4 pin. That's the first bad shot he's made in a while.
Diego Hart has been very solid.
We'll see this ball go right immediately. Does not have the hand to bring it back. In fact, nobody does from that angle, because out there toward that 2 and 3 board, there's some oil out there, and it's just not going to bounce back off of it.
Good cover, 1-2-4, nicely done.
Very nice.
One of the great benefits of USBC youth membership is the chance to earn college scholarships so you can pursue your dreams. In 2016, more than $8 million was awarded in scholarships across the country. Learn more at bowl.com/youth.
And here's the aforementioned Bryant, who's really pulled great. 7 strikes, 2 spares. That was right off his hand, and it just does hang in there, leaving the 6 pin. That's That's surprising because as much as his ball drives from left to right, going through the pocket like that, with that kind of power, usually leaves a big mess. We'll take a look at this shot. You'll be able to see as soon as he throws the ball, he knows right there. Oops, that wasn't it. Got a little bit of a Jesper Svensson follow through way to his right. No problem making the spare.
But clearly he disappointed himself for not striking.
Yeah.
And when he had 7 of 10 strikes coming in, that's an incredibly efficient number. So Nihal Maridu steps back up here. California kids getting closer to a championship. Late trip on the 10-pin. Pacific Southwest just outside San Jose, a 19-pin lead on the Atlantic East team from Atlanta. Team championship continues next. USA Bowling U12 Team Championship. Pacific Southwest has a 2-games-to-1 lead in the best out of 5. Moving ahead in the action. Jacob Ballinger to strike. Strike as well for Hartley Sheen. Open frame though for Riley Stewart. Kids from Atlanta. So back to the Pacific Southwest team. Joe Irvin steps up and leaves a 10-pin.
But the Southwest right now is in a dominant position. They're working at a 205 pace. The Atlantic East team working at a 165 pace. So I mean, it is by no means over. But boy, if the Southwest kids can just keep getting marks, they can't lose.
Big NASCAR fan, Brad Keselowski.
There's a NASCAR ball going for that spare.
And well done by Joe. Takes care of the 10-pin, has his spare. I like that ball, it's pretty cool. 23-time titleist on the NASCAR circuit.
You had to put in 23 times.
You're a big racing guy, I know that.
Well, I enjoy racing. I'm not any kind of an expert at it, but I marvel at the at the guts and determination it takes to do what they do.
James Armendariz steps up here from Buford, Georgia. He'll be a 6th grader at Jones Middle School this fall.
2.458. And he picks it up. He needs that for their team to have any chance. He had to have that. Now the Atlantic East is going to need some help from the Southwest because like I said, if they keep getting marks, it's their win and their championship.
Diego Jara steps up. A huge strike. All 10 down in the 8th for the Pacific Southwest team.
Very self-satisfying for this young man. Threw a great shot, holds pocket, 10 in the pit. Not much else you can say about that. Now this young man has bowled great. He got his 8th strike out of 11 or 12 frames. Just really done everything he could, but just 1 member out of 4.
Nihal Maridu saw his number so far. Touch high, but a 4-pin stands. Good looking shot.
Effectively, with a mark here of the 4-pin, all they need to do for the Southwest team is just show up in the 10th frame and get some count, and they should have it. Atlantic East 185, the best they can do. With the spare here, the worst that the Southwest team could do. Well, they're going to make it interesting. My gosh, the 4-pin did not happen. He's pointing at his thumb as if it fell off his hand in an odd way, but boy, this would be very difficult to swallow if the Southwest were to open the last 2 frames and the Atlantic East strike out and send it to a 5th game.
Jacob wants that to happen. Big shot, big strike.
Did his job.
He sure did. A response for Atlantic East. They cut into the lead now, 18 pins.
Yeah, one more strike. We take a look one more time at Jacob. Beautiful shot down the lane. Strong two-handed release. One more strike here will force the Southwest to get the mark in the 10th frame, and certainly never a done deal. Said I might have missed that 10 pin in the first frame, but I'm here to play. What a great finish. Over the third arrow, out to about 9 board, and then hard back into the pocket. Nothing had a chance. Needs to get 8 pins.
How about it, Jacob? How about all 10 down?
That's 10, that's great. 8 pins would have forced them to mark.
Strikes out in the 10th for the Atlantic East team.
So for the Southwest, they need a mark and 3 pins.
And 3 pins to take home the championship.
The 3 pins is academic, but that's a lot of pressure, and I'm sure he's probably not thinking it right now, but I bet him when he watched his partner miss that 4 pin, he was hoping he wouldn't have done that. Mark for the win.
Harley Sheen steps up, big shot on the way.
That's gonna do it.
10 down.
That's gonna do it for him. Clutch shot, that's why they put him in that anchor position.
Harley Sheen, a huge strike to get the Pacific Southwest team.
We'll take one more look at it.
So close.
Down and in the lane. Hit him thin and watch him spin, shake him up. It's a strike. He has 2 balls to get 3 pins. What do you think, Dave?
I think he's got it.
You bet.
Needs 3 for a team win.
That's enough.
He'll take 9. And the Pacific Southwest team has won the USA Bowling U12 Team Championship in 2017. Congrats to the California kids.